All right, guys, here you go. Taco Led, located in Mission, Texas. These guys have been around since 1973, offering the Rio Grande Valley con its puro Tex-Mex style barbecue. This is where I met my wife, and we've been coming here for years. When you walk in, please go and do yourself a favor. Check out their breakfast buffet. Dude, they have mollejas, they got barbacoa, their lunch buffet, they got dino ribs, smoked chicken, smoked spare ribs, tienen de todo, fajitas. Dude, it is awesome. Start off with some barbacoa, okay? Grab you the abuelo's plate. That's the one I always get. Save yourself some room for some menudo. Para que se te baje la pancita un poquito. Their chalupas, enchiladas. Dude, their kids love the breakfast. The pancakes are off the chain. All right? Their tortillas are made fresh right in front of you daily. Okay? The Bazan family has created such an iconic place you have to visit. The staff is always friendly and always on point and ready to serve you. Again, get yourself some soft serve ice cream before you leave. Tell them Chef Mark from Compadres and Bernie sent you. You won't regret it.
Hello.
Welcome on this Thursday. This is not Sunday 2 p.m., which is our normal day, but it's a special Mother's Day special so that we can have Mother's Day off, right? So we're going to replay this on Sunday at 2 p.m. for everybody else. Now, I love the guests that we're having on today, but today, Norma, and I love you, but we're having our old co-host Lori Jean helping us out today. I
love her too.
Let's see. We already have some comments. La Doña says, "Órale, desveladas grandes en los Chicana Guerrero." Thank you. Yes.
La Dona.
Hola. Now, so we're before we get our artist on stage, I wanted to chit chat a little bit. I just want to say saludos to everybody. Happy Mother's Day if you're watching us on Sunday. Saludos for all you madrecitas out there and those of us who are missing our madrecitas. Saludos hasta el cielo para todos. Bendiciones. And just hope you're having a good time and celebrating life, right? So, Norma, are you ready?
Ready. I'm ready.
Lori Jean,
Lori, are you ready?
Lori Jean, where are you, Lori Jean? Ford Muscle Luis 97 says, saludos, everyone. And we are going, before we put on our guest, let's show the newest video from our guest. So if you say, I don't know who that guy is, yeah, you do. Here you go. We're going to watch it, watch his brand new video.
Zúmbale y muévele. Esperaré en el baile, porque yo puedo bailar cumbia solito, prefiero bailar contigo y bailadora encantadora. Muévele, muévele para allá y súmele para acá. Muévele, muévele para allá y súmele para acá. Cumbia, yeah. Muévele y zúmbale, zúmbale y muévele, y yo te esperaré en el súbele, porque yo puedo bailar cumbia solito o junto contigo. Prefiero bailar contigo, mi bailadora encantadora. Muévele para allá y súbele para acá. Muévele para allá y súbele para acá. Cumbia, yeah. Muévele para allá y súbele para acá. Muévele para allá y súbele para acá. ¡Órale! ¡Muévele! ¡Órale! ¡Súbele! ¡Cumbia!
Yeah.
Woo! I love that song. And let's see. Let's remove this.
That's a party
Oh,
song.
wait. Look, there she is. Hi, Lori G.
Hey,
See on the podcast.
hi. Let me see what y'all can see back here because I got pushed into
Oh, don't worry about
the spare
it.
room.
Who's looking?
What's that? Displaced from my office today. Yes, we have company all week.
Oh,
Like,
man.
okay, let me
Busy,
make this
busy
happen.
woman.
Hi,
Lori
Miss Norma.
Hi, baby.
Lori Jean. Hey,
Great
look,
to
Lori
see you,
Jean.
Mama.
Good to see you too.
in
Oh,
honor-
the TG cup. I was gonna say good morning.
Yeah, I'm still drinking coffee anyway. It doesn't matter what time of
Second
day.
wind. I know. I almost got coffee, but I was too hot. You know, I was just get all hot in the day running around. And I was like, I should have got my coffee.
Lori Jean gave me this cup, so I'm using it today in her honor.
It's been a year.
It's not microwavable, so that's why I don't use it often because I'm waiting last minute. I'm like rushing to get the cup out of the microwave. So
Totally.
so
Totally get
all right.
that.
Y'all ready? Y'all ready for our artist of the day?
We are.
All right, everybody, welcome to the stage, Danny Noyola. Woo! Saludos.
Hey, Mr. Noyola.
Ay, ¿cómo han estado? ¿Cómo les ha ido?
Bien.
Good.
Or as I say, Mr. Noyola, the dad. And we'll talk about that
The
one.
dad.
I say that later because they're like, which Noyola? The dad Noyola. Oh. Nice to see you,
All
sir.
right, I'm trying to see where we look better.
Just great, Lori. Nice seeing you.
Yes, sir.
All right, we're already. Saludos to everybody that's in here. La Doña Chingona, Ford Music, Luis 97. Janie Canales says happy pre-Mother's Day. Veronica Lopez says hello, ladies. Tuning in from Las Vegas. And Ford Muscle Luis 97 says great music video. Thank you for everybody for joining us today. We are not normally here live on a Thursday, 6 p.m. Central Time, but this is a Happy Mother's Day special so that we can have the day off on Mother's Day. And what other than this awesome guest, Mr. Danny Noyola? Tell us about Mr. Danny Noyola. Talk to us.
Well, first of all, muchas gracias, Gigi. I have been one of your avid listeners, and I love to see Giras y Desveladas. And I first started seeing y'all when it was you and Lori, and then I know you've had some other excellent co-hosts come in and help you out, and of course now Norma,
Yes.
Salazar, all the way
Hello.
from Holland, Michigan. Pues
Yeah.
estamos covering aquí Michigan, el RGV,
El Valle.
Corpus Christi. Oh yes, come on, it's
All over the
awesome.
place.
What a pleasure being on your show, Gigi.
Yes, and we are super glad to have you. Let me tell you, when I watch this video when it comes across my Facebook, and I watch it, I click on it every time and watch it again because I love it. I love it. It's a catchy tune and it's a great video. Tell us about how this came about.
Bueno, pues primeramente, the producer of that particular song se llama Chris Dominguez, and profesionalmente he goes by Chris with a K, y luego Doms, I guess como for Dominguez, D-O-M-Z. Entonces, Chris Doms. Bueno, Chris, cuando estaba chico, estaba con una banda, no lo van a creer, he was 11 years old and playing the keyboards for his mother, again, a legendary singer and Tejano Roots cantante, Jackie Gomez. She started off with a group que se llamaban Jackie y el Grupo Romántico. And little Chris was 10, 11 years old, and he was already the keyboard player for the group. And then
Wow.
later,
Wow,
he
that's
hooked up
talent.
with the Cumbia Kings, and the Cumbia Kings, el grupo de AB, y he, uh, he was there, he played with them for about 14 years. Y anduvo donde quiera, por los Estados Unidos, en México, Central America, Sudamérica. And sometimes they would be playing to audiences or arenas in excess of 70,000, 80,000, 100,000. So este muchacho comenzó muy joven, pero then he branched off and started his own group called Los Lost Boys. Y estaban haciendo muy bien y todo, pero ahorita está haciendo más producing and helping out in that area. Pero mira, este muchacho, I love to brag about the two guys that helped make this dream come true. And they're the two producers. Of course, my inspiration has always been my wife, Alma. Pero primeramente con Chris,
Oh, you're breaking hearts, Mr. Noyola. You're breaking hearts. You're breaking
well,
hearts.
la verdad es la verdad. Pero mira, Chris, when he was 20, 21, it's unbelievable. He got 3 Grammys as a producer.
Wow.
No Latin Grammys, las meras Grammys una por Alicia Villarreal, otra por Los Palominos y otra por La Mafia. So este muchacho, he is loaded, he is así como Hector Gutierrez, el otro producer, they're musical geniuses, and I'm so blessed that they came on board and helped this old 72-year-old man try to do an album. Y qué bonito, ¿verdad? Diosito es muy grande.
That
Yes.
he is. That he is. Amen.
Yes.
Amen.
Now, I've mentioned to you before, porque tú comenzabas nomás cantando. That's what I remember, and it would always catch my ear. Salías con una canción that you wrote, and you would just come on there a cappella and sing your heart
That's
out.
right. That's
And,
right.
and then is that where nació todo eso? Somebody said, hey, let's record you. ¿Cómo fue que pasó eso?
No, pues mira, déjeme decir la historia. Esa es una historia bien bonita. It's almost like a love story. Mira, when my wife and I were about 17 years old in high school, éramos sweethearts, ¿verdad? Éramos novios. Y yo le escribí una canción y se llamaba la canción Te quise yo. Bueno, pero era nomás, yo se la cantaba a ella, I would sing it to her, and it was kind of a personal thing, and that was about it. And then we both went the routes of our professions. I became, of course, an educator for 44 years. And, excuse me, I did everything from a teacher and a coach and an assistant principal at the high school to a principal at a West Oso junior high and then West Oso High School. And I was even the principal at Miller High School and Corpus. And, of course, the superintendent of schools in West Oso ISD. Como quiera, Alma se fue the route of social work, and she was the top program manager in her situation dealing with childhood abuse, welfare, ¿cómo se dice? Adoptions y cosas así. So yo estoy muy afortunado. Pero bueno, tenía los 17 y luego ya cuando I was 65 years old, I retired on January the 30th on my birthday. Dispénsame. Y luego, the next day on January the 31st, I resigned from education, 44 years. Y so the pension was 100%, ¿verdad? Of your best 3 years. You all know, you educators. Pero
Yes, I did,
it wasn't
unfortunately.
because I was ready to not work anymore. Oh, I love to work. I love, and I ended up my last 3 years as the hearing officer, the administrative hearing officer ahí en CCISD. So era como, I was the judge, I was el juez cuando un niño, una niña, desafortunadamente, they do a little something, they get in trouble, they're being recommended for removal or expulsion. So ahí me los mandan a mí. Yo les ayudé a ellos y a muchas familias, but more importantly también les estábamos ayudando a the home front. Ustedes saben como maestras, Gigi y Lori Jean, Norma, by any chance, ¿usted era maestra?
Were you ever a teacher, Norma?
Nope. Well, no.
Only at home, right?
But only home and life, and nope.
Pues
Not a teacher.
Si tienes un esposo, I'm pretty sure you've been a teacher. Mira.
Oh, trust me, I have on that part.
But anyway, so the thing is que when I did that, we took it easy for a while, and it was on August the 3rd, August the 4th of 2020, about a couple of years later. And we were at the house, Alma y yo, and we were listening to music, así como todos, you know. Y luego de repente, dije yo, ¿sabes qué, Alma? I got a little notepad, me senté en el sofá y comencé, I'm going to write some things. So comencé a escribir. Y luego, by the end of the night, I had written a song for my wife, Alma, for my daughter, Dr. Sonia Adriana Noyola, and for my son, which Lori Jean knows, Principal Danny Noyola Jr., de Haas Middle School. Y luego también de mi grandson, mi nieto, mi único lindo nieto, mi consentido, Alejandro Cristian. So the next day, I went in my little room there and puse la cámara y esto y lo otro, and I came up with these melodies, and those were my very first 4 songs that I did, that I kind of started my songwriting career, ¿verdad? Y ese puro a capella, nada de que pues, no tenemos los recursos, we didn't have the resources to have a band or anything like that. And plus, it was just fun. You know? It was just fun. And so así comenzamos. Well, let me tell you one thing. One thing led to another, and one of the greatest moments, it was, I think, really divine intervention. Era Diosito que entró. Y aquí en este lugar donde mi hermano, he's the owner, First and 10 Sports Bar. It's a little sports bar, neighborhood sports bar. It's like everybody knows everybody. It's real cool, you know. Y ahí tocan también live music y todo, y karaoke y toda la cosa. But anyway, ahí conocí a alguien que Diosito me mandó que se llama Hector Gutierrez Sr. ¿Han oído de Hector Gutierrez Sr.? Hector is the musical director at Freddie Records. Hector is a one-man band con el keyboard y todo. He's got gigs all over the city, man. He's always busy. Y Hector también, for about 35, 40 years, has been the musical director for the great Gary Hobbs. So this gentleman is loaded. Y me dice Hector, then I heard that you wrote a song when you were young about Alma and you were thinking about maybe trying to make it happen or something. Digo, I'll provide my services. Dije, what? Yeah, me podían ver, yo creía que me había desmayado. I thought I passed away. Dije, this musical genius, this tremendous producer, I mean, so anyway, of course, I jumped at it, right? Y fue la primera canción que yo escribí cuando tenía 17 años, Te Quise Yo. It's the name of the title of the album, and it's the very first song, Te Quise Yo. That's the one that I wrote for Alma. And then before you know it, we do another 7 songs with Hector. Y luego entró Chris Doms y me hizo las otras 5. And I think the rest is kind of like, hopefully it's going to be great positive history.
Oh, you know it's going to be great. You got some really talented gentlemen. I mean, literally, right. God picked them out of heaven and said, hey, this is for you because you're a good guy. I mean, for you to have that many years of going through this whole life of Tejano music and being diligent about the music, it was your time.
And that's something, I'm so blessed and I'm so blessed. One, the inspiration of my wife, and then these magnificent musicians and producers that came into my life. And here we are. Ando hablando con Gigi, con Norma y con Lori Jean. You don't get better than that.
Well, I was listening to it.
I don't see how it could get any better, Danny. I agree.
Yeah. The first, I listened to that first song is so great, and you know, it's I feel like seeing you and Mrs. Noyola, meeting y'all as one of the first families because of, I was at Cunningham Middle School with your son, and he's one of my top favorite supervisors ever of my whole life in education. And I was so, I so admired your family for everything you did in the community and the stories of Molina. And I'm a history background. That's why I know y'all, because I was a history teacher, and the stories of Corpus were so unique and amazing, and y'all are right in there. Your whole family, your background in helping in education. And when our first conversation was about Tejano music, and I don't even know how that came about because we were in Mr. Noyola Jr.'s office. I like to talk a lot, and we got along well. So does your son. We just caught up in the conversation, and you followed Tejano music your whole life, but like Norma said, you did so much.
You did so much.
Everybody loves Mr. Noyola. Everybody knows Mr. Noyola. And then you write songs. Well, heck yeah, let's get those songs recorded. And it's awesome. I'm still trying to get over there to that 1st and 10 on a Thursday.
I just told
him. Come on down. Tonight, are you in Corpus?
I'm in Corpus today. I'm in Corpus this week. Finally, I'm home for a week.
I don't know if it's cleared up a little bit, but coming over here to the great LBJ, the DJ, who's got this beautiful studio here that he's my main man for my Danny Noyola podcast that I do once a month on Sundays at 1 p.m. there from the sports bar, from President Sports Bar. Yeah, man, it's puro corazón, and he's a hardest working man in show business, in Tejano business, and so he's a very important person there at Magic 104.9 de los Lopez, el Lopez Broadcasting. Saludos a Carlos Lopez, el mero mero de todos los Lopez. And so, Carlos, God bless you, and all the great radio stations. Man, they have radio stations in Corpus, in San Antonio, in Victoria, in El Paso, in Austin. I mean, you just go on and Las Cruces, all over, and very fortunate to know them, and they're great friends.
Awesome. Oh, what a blessing.
I've got another
picture we had. Oh, I'm sorry. Remember, we took a picture with LBJ at the Tejano Roots 2 years ago, and then we also took one with you, Mr. Noyola. It's the first time you met my dad, and it was cool. It was the first time we were in the same place.
Man, I should have gotten those pictures to put them up, but I didn't. Darn. But yeah. A ver, saludos a Alex Ferral también, que dice, I'm still here, haven't been live, but DJ Alex Lee's here sick with strep throat, but tuned in.
Oh no!
Right.
I hope you feel
better, Alex.
Feel better. Puro Pedo Talk Show. Saludos. Welcome. We're talking to Noyola.
Muchas gracias, Alex Villarreal. He's been supporting my music, and he's all over the place, man. He's a great supporter and fanático de música tejana y otras clases de música, pero también gracias, Alex, muy agradecido. Y luego aquí también la doña Chingona. La doña Chingona. ¿Se vale?
Yeah.
Oye, ya no estoy en la escuela, ¿verdad? Oh, sí se vale. No, como quiera. Chingona diciendo que, hey, es la mera y se vale. Ok, it's all good. Pero, qué bueno que está escuchando. Yo sé que se están preparando para los All-Star Awards.
Yeah.
Así con el fin amigo Jesse Torres, ¿verdad? Y yo sé que mi Gigi está nominated. I know she's nominated for Podcast of the Year, along with ¿qué más, mija? Date un plug.
Upcoming female artist. I already won. I was nominated. So yeah, me imagino con el, trophy or whatever it is. Yeah, yo ya gané. In my head. So I won't be sorry if it doesn't happen. Saludos también to Laura Science. She says hello from
Laura Science.
Hey, Laura.
Mira, mis amigos también, mis amigos del Puro Pedo Show también, great guys.
They are great guys.
Yes, saludos to everybody. Thank you for chiming in. And we are really just happy to have you here, Mr. Danny Noyola. And like I said,
Oh, the pleasure is all mine. The honor is all mine, Miss Gigi, porque, mira, last week, if anybody saw el programa tuyo donde le estás dando un homenaje a tu papá, and it's probably just going to be the first one of hopefully many more because you just kind of scratched the surface en toda la bonita historia de Juan Guerrero, el Chicano, y luego también de toda la gran música y tanta gente que ha grabado canciones de él y que muchos quizás no se dieran cuenta si no fuera por los esfuerzos de su linda y querida hija Gigi. I mean, I'm telling you, Gigi, that I'm not gonna, yo no soy mentiroso, pero oyes, hijo, man, me pegó era un programa tremendo, mija. I know you need to do a part 2, part 3, whatever needs to be done, because your father, you're showing the whole world. He was already magnificent. He was great. But now you're taking him to the level where he should have been always and recognized to that level because desafortunadamente en veces en este negocio hay cosas que pasan que they may not be right and sometimes they're not right, but the thing is que tu papá merece todo lo que él está recibiendo, especialmente de las lindas palabras y todas las canciones que has puesto tú ahí en tu programa, mija. Those are some of the best shows I've ever seen.
Oh,
now you touch base on that, your experience that you have in this business for that many years. So how many years have you been doing this?
Well, I was in education for 44 years, but then this here, I started writing songs like a little more than 4.5 years ago. Pero yo he oído música tejana,
right,
mexicana regional, de mariachi, de Motown, soul music, de todas clases, pop, de todas clases, country, no, hombre, de todas clases de músicas desde que estábamos chiquitos. Mi papá loved music, the whole family loved music, mi mamá también. Y mi mamá viene de una familia musical aquí, ahí en el Valle, Gigi. Tú has hablado mucho de Falcón Records.
Yes.
Y ahí en Falcón Records, el recording studio de antes, mi tío Marcelo García, él cantaba con un dueto, Marcelo y Aurelia, y his picture was on there. Desafortunadamente, he had an accident coming home for a funeral with his family, en, no sé, Indiana o Illinois, en esa área, y no vieron un tren o algo, les pegó, y se mató mi tía Gloria, mi tío Marcelo, mi tía Gloria, y dos de mis primitos, y nomás sobrevivió uno, Jay Garza, y le mando saludos a Jay, pero mi tío Marcelo, he's a Tejano Roots Hall of Famer también. Man, we miss him a lot, but he had his picture. He was a handsome man. I mean, I can say that. He was a very, very handsome man.
Well, so are you, Mr. Noyola.
Well, well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. That's what my wife tells me, but I don't. Of
course. All respect to your wife. Todo respeto para tu esposa.
Yeah. And that's such a sad story. I've never heard that story. And, I'm so sorry to hear that, such a sad story. But when you're saying that about your mother's family has a musical background, every time we've interviewed people on Giras y Desveladas, we've seen, the music is carried through the family. It's in your blood. You're born with it. So even though, and I can understand this, you go into your professional life, you go and you give 100%. You're in there 44 years. But look what was always underlying there, because it was planted when you were a little boy. You know how they say, trae la música por dentro?
Por dentro.
Right? It was there all the time. And look, you just needed time to, it exploded.
Thank you, Lori. Let me just go over to my father's side. Mira, cuando we would get together, like families get together at different places or parties or pachangas, lo que sea, para celebrar. Most of the times era ahí en la casa de nosotros en Molina, en la calle Valdés, 4433 Valdés, era como el headquarters de ahí caían todos, man. Y mi mamá, she was Miss Hospitality. Todo el tiempo tenía un cafecito, un pan de dulce, un taquito, algo para todos, un chocolate, algo, todo, para todos. Y mi papá,
Estás
él,
antojando, estás antojando.
¿mandé?
Estás antojando un panecito con café.
Pues, oye, así lo sientes tú con todos los commercials de comida antes de comenzar el show. Me dieron los munchies, me dieron los munchies. Pero como quiera, mira, son mi papá y los tíos. I mean, todos cantaban y tocaba la guitarra. Mi papá es un compositor. He's got some beautiful, beautiful songs that are registered, the whole 9 yards. Y cuando los juntábamos, pues, and they would not only sing and entertain all of us, but make great joke tellers and just storytellers. Pero como quiera, papá, I mean, he was really a genius, you know. But now you're talking about, nació en Laredo, Texas, y luego su papá desafortunadamente, Celedonio Noyola, lo mataron ahí en el puente en Laredo, Texas, en el puente internacional. And then, años después, mi abuelita Angelita se casó con otro señor que se llamaba Félix Salinas. Ese es mi abuelito que yo conocí, even though he was my step grandfather, ¿verdad? But they needed some help in Mexico, so they moved to Mexico, and my dad went to la escuela, the first 6 years, la primaria, en Mexico.
Oh, wow.
And ahí estaba también otro tío mío, Meme, and then one day they decided to get on a train, and they crossed into Texas, and they go all the way to Alice, Texas, of all places, the home of,
Yeah,
yeah, y ahí se bajaron, and then later they moved to Corpus, y ahí hicieron vida. So, I mean, very talented dad. So, yo no cantaba porque we were kind of like, we would just listen. We were intimidated to a certain extent because they were so great. But then, mi esposa me vio una vez que yo estaba cantando en el baño, y que soy el otro, y para allá, para acá. Y dijo, hey, Danny, I didn't know you could sing. Dijo, no, just having fun here. Yo, no, really. You should sing with your tíos and tías and your dad and all of them. And no, I'm kind of not a little, I was intimidated, I was scared. But one day I got the I guess me dio the strength or algo to go ahead and do it. And then after that, I started singing with them too. It was beautiful.
Oh,
you always had it. And you absorb it. And we've talked about it so many times. And I'm sure, with Norma as well on the show, once people start singing, Choret, Hosa talked about that, that you grow up with it and you can't suppress, like it's there. It has to come out. And look at that.
In your environment, but I guess maybe in a way, our DNA también. It's a beautiful thing.
Gotta be in there. Yeah,
beautiful thing.
Well, you think about it. You think about it. I mean, look at our parents. Me, Gigi, Lori. I know you have to put the música to make some good Mexican comida. And you're just bouncing around and your kids are watching you dance and then they start getting into it. And then it's already oppressed in their minds that this is what enjoyment of life is. Mm-hmm. Music is enjoyment.
Yes.
Yeah. And it's part of the celebration of our culture. Every culture has it, but there's just so much joy. My dad calls it música, that has just so much alegría, like it's just so joyful. And anywhere, because I used to use music in my classroom and I would switch it up to make them move around because it's a long story, but it's supposed to help, And I would put on some Tejano songs and the kids would say, this was at Old Cunningham, the kids would say, Miss, that's the quinceañera song. They knew how to dance to it. They didn't know one single word of what it meant. They didn't know what the words meant, but they knew the song. So
it's funny. It's funny that you say that, Lori, because when I was a government teacher and I love teaching the U.S. Constitution. I think we need a little bit more of that today. I'll just say that, okay?
Oh yeah.
But teaching the Constitution, and I would always also use songs and things like that. So when it came to the preamble of the Constitution, yo se las cantaba y todos la estaban cantando. We the people, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty for ourselves and our posterity. Do ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States of America.
Woo!
And so all the
That's
kiddos,
how
they
I
knew the
learned. That's how
preamble.
I
They
learned the
sang it.
preamble. Yeah,
That's
that's
the
how I learned
schoolhouse
the
You know,
song.
everybody got an A on the test.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, really. They
Saludos
loved
to
it.
Chupacabra Broadcasting who's tuning in.
Hey,
Eddie
Michael.
Firmelon, saludos
Hey,
everybody.
Eddie.
Hello.
Mira, Eddie, ¿cómo está, amiguito? That is one bad man, man. I love Eddie Firmelon. Saludos, Eddie. God
Oh,
bless. Califas, puro califas.
Yeah.
Yes.
¿cómo se dice? Así, así. ¿Cómo?
There's a new one I learned from kids recently. I already forgot it, but
Oh,
they're
wait,
all.
yeah.
We also do this one. I don't know how to do it. Right? Like that. I don't know how to do. I guess.
Something else.
Anyways,
Oh,
yes.
Lori, Gigi. Oh, sí, sí. Pero y Norma, another thing is que como cuando I was the principal of West Oso Junior High, the principal of West Oso High School, and the principal there at Miller High School, when the kiddos were going, people sometimes they want to be talking to their girlfriends, they want to walk their girls, the guys over here, el otro, and so there was some tardy issues. No, hombre, yo les ponía una musiquita y les ponía de todas clases de música, from Tejano music, conjunto, brick house, I mean,
Oh,
todo, and
that
the
was
kids, and I would just be, come on, órale, órale, come on, muévele, muévele, you guys gotta be over there. Ay, muévele, muévele, I just wanted to say that, right? So anyway, and so I would get them going, and they would later on they would say, "Hey, sir, can you put this song? Can you put that song?" Yeah, yeah, we'll try to get it in there. And so it was a lot of fun, and you want to make learning fun because learning can be fun. And
Yes.
that's what we were doing there at the places that I was either a teacher, a coach, or an administrator. I mean, those are some of my best times ever.
so, right now that you've already gone through a life of different opportunities, what would you like to see different in our musical business?
Well, yo ahorita, I'm just wanting for everyone to be able to have an opportunity, ¿verdad? Que tengan una oportunidad a poder, si se puede, cantar canciones, cantar con alguien más, aunque sea, si no profesionalmente, que sea, en las celebraciones de la familia o en la casa. Hay muchos cantantes tremendos en las iglesias. Hay muchos cantantes tremendos en los karaoke's. Oh my God.
Yeah.
And you go to a high school or a junior high and all the choirs and in the band and all. I mean, you're talking about fabulous, fabulous musicians along with fabulous, fabulous singers. And I think that karaoke is like a very, very hot thing going on in the United States of America because can you imagine all the junior highs and all the high schools? And a lot of these kiddos were great singers in their respective schools. So,
Yeah.
ahorita ya están trabajando maybe somewhere else doing something else, but it's a great release to go out there and have some fun. And some of these people that are in karaoke, are karaoke for sure at First and 10 Sports Bar, little plug, little plug. They
And
are
where's
like,
the address?
they
It's
are,
in
they're
Corpus. It's in
magnificent.
Corpus.
Yeah.
A ver cuándo viene Lori Jean, a ver cuándo vienen
I
Gigi.
know.
Y all the way from Holland, Michigan, Norma, come on down.
That's
I
right.
want to. I
For
want
your
to.
summer vacay, Norma, you can come
Yes.
on down. No, you're right,
George
sir.
over there.
What Gigi's doing with the foundation, what Dad did in La Jolla.
That is
Every school
fabulous.
I've ever
Yes.
been in, I have to say when I came to Corpus, there was a little something extra special about Cunningham Middle School because that's the school Selena came to visit that school. And
Yes.
the ladies that I worked with said, Selena came to our school and she talked to the kids. So, when I got there was 2014, I think it was, every school I had been at had talent shows. So that year, this is one of the things I love about your son, Mr. Noyola. I would say, sir, I want to do this thing. And he'd say, you got it, Garza Lopez. He'd say, Garza Lopez, Garza Lopez. And I'd say, how are you going to do this? We're going to do it like this. And what are you going to do? And we're going to do like this. And my point of all that is we put on the talent shows and you do that and the kids show up. And some people said, oh, the kids, no, the kids, they won't be able to sit that long and this and that. Some people, but then you have people like, Mr. Noyola Jr. and I think Elizabeth Bettis was there. She was phenomenal. And we put these talent shows on. You do that for kids and they will show up. So it is phenomenal. You're right. And that's
it's
great.
Funny that you, Lori, it's funny that you, not funny, but it's great that you mentioned the one and only Selena Quintanilla, because again, some of you are going to say, Mr. Noyola es bien mentiroso. He's done all of this. He's done that. He's done, no, it's true. Yo no soy mentiroso. No me llamo George Washington, pero soy Danny Noyola. Okay. And what happened is that Selena era estudiante mía when I was at the West Oso Junior High. When they first came in from La Familia Quintanilla, they came in from Lake Jackson. See, when they moved into Molina, our neighborhood, it's a lindo, hermoso, humilde barrio de Molina. They started living with some unos tíos de Selena, y era quintanillas ellos también, and they lived almost across the street from West Oso Junior High. And so Selena le tocó to go to West Oso Junior High, and I was her PE instructor. I was her PE coach. And so, I mean, what a magnificent, highly intelligent, brilliant, beautiful, caring, loving student that Selena was. There was no doubt that there's where they did their first little concert in our little old gym. The acoustics were terrible, but they were getting after it. They were getting after it, having a great time. And it was the beginning of that. By the next year, in the 8th year, she was such a great entrepreneur. She was selling me those little cassettes, little cassettes, $5 a pop. Yo les compraba because Lori, Gigi, how we are with the students that get them algo. We try to help them out any way we can. But anyway, and then that's when things really started rolling. Man, she was going to become, she was already starting to get big in Tejano music and started almost winning como ¿cómo se dicen? Como Tejano Music Awards and all that. And the future was like so bright. So man, I love to talk about Selena. Anywhere I go, if somebody says something about Corpus Christi or what do you know about Corpus Christi? They always mention my beloved former great student, just a beautiful person, Selena Quintanilla.
Yes, y saludos a one of el rey de Tex-Mex en Cuba. Saludos a todos mis amigos tejanos desde Cuba. Papuchi has covered a lot of these Selena songs.
I know.
Yes.
Yo creo que ahorita cuando vi el nombre Papuchi aquí, dije, oye, ese tipo hablar de Selena, ¿verdad?
Sí.
Y él sabe, porque él estudia todos nosotros que estamos en Facebook y todo, and man, he loves Tex-Mex and he loves Selena, no doubt about it.
Selena, yes.
Saludos desde aquí de Corpus Christi, Texas, hasta allá, hasta Cuba, Gracias por estar escuchando a la gran Gigi. Yeah.
Yes, I love this story.
Aparte de Papuchi, Eddie Fermelón said he had to go. Jenny Canales, she told us about Selena. She said, I told you she attended West Oso. Juan Mendoza Jr., saludos from Tejano TV. Thank you. David Vela from Oakland is watching. Thank you, Mr. David Vela. Mary Lou Guerrero, my sister, love you. She says there's a big storm coming our way. In case everything shuts down, guys, I think we've got a really good show already. Hey, again. Oh my goodness. TDK del Mero Montes. Saludos.
Saludos a todos. Todos quieren estar en el show de Gigi. El show de Lori. El show de Norma. Giras y Desveladas. Man. Hey,
Ronnie Lucero.
I don't know of any one person. Spencer, go ahead.
And look at that. George Salazar. Mr.
How you doing, amigo?
Sensation himself. Woo!
Oh, awesome. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it.
I just got done with an interview and I just was heading out. I had Hilda Peña and I were talking there for a while. Congratulations.
Sorry we missed your show.
What? No. There are a lot of technical difficulties, and you know how that goes. So, we're gonna reschedule, and I'm starving, so I'm gonna go get myself a hamburger.
What do you get? Oh, a burger. Get some onion rings
today. No, I didn't.
Try my onion rings.
No,
well, thank you. God
Hey,
bless.
congratulations, Danny, to your songs and stuff.
Muchas gracias. Thank you,
I'm
sir.
sorry.
He just jumped
Tienes hambre? Anda, go get your burger, brother. Come on.
Janie said to bring some butter tortillas. Janie says to bring some tortillas with butter.
Yeah, that Janie, I'll see her next year. Damn it, shit. She better have them butter tortillas ready.
Oh, no, you say butter tortillas, and we're talking about Molina and that area. Hi-ho, the restaurant.
Yeah, come on.
Butter tortillas.
Oh, I had her send me some. HEB butter tortillas. They were so good, man.
Yeah, I can't buy those because I'll eat them by myself.
Parece que traemos los munchies.
Guys, I am hearing thunderstorms right above me, just in case everything cuts off. Let's watch Mr. Noyola's video again.
Oh yeah.
Before we go, I want to say,
I'm not leaving.
I want to say muchas.
I just want to see your video. Dale, a ver, tell me. Talk to me.
Te quiero mandar saludos a Juan Mendoza Jr. because I just found out last night, this morning, that I'm number 8 on the top 10. Video countdown. Thank you, muchas gracias.
Awesome.
Tejano TV. Laila. Juan, gracias.
Imagine if you had started 44 years ago, Mr. Noyola.
No, hombre, no. Estuvimos hablando about our 30th or 40th album.
No. But God's timing is perfect. All those lives you touched in 44 years, they were meant.
Bless y'all, man. Thank you.
Meant to do that, you know.
Gracias.
Beauty Cases,
congratulations.
Gracias. Your song. Congratulations, congratulations, George, on his new song that's out on the end. That's why he was getting interviewed. So yes,
I knew that.
All of you artists.
Yes, and this is a beautiful thing that we're all supporting each other. Es lo más
exactly.
bello de todo.
Hay lugar para todos.
Exactly. Hay lugar para todos. That is exactly right. All right, let's check this out again. Here we go. Whoever missed it.
Yeah. Cumbia.
Muévele y zúmbale, zúmbale y muévele, y yo te esperaré en el baile, porque yo puedo bailar cumbia solito o junto contigo. Prefiero bailar contigo, mi bailadora encantadora. Muévele, muévele para allá y zúmbale, zúmbale para acá. Muévele, muévele para allá y zúmbale, zúmbale para acá. Muévele y zúmbale, zúmbale y muévele, y yo te esperaré en el baile, porque yo puedo bailar cumbia solito o junto contigo. Prefiero bailar contigo, mi bailadora encantadora. Muévele, muévele para allá y zúmbale, zúmbale para acá. Muévele, muévele para allá y zúmbale, zúmbale para acá. Cumbia, yeah. Muévele, muévele para allá y zúmbale, zúmbale para acá. Muévele, muévele para allá y zúmbale, zúmbale para acá. ¡Órale! ¡Muévele!
muévele.
Cool song. Muévele, muévele, muévele. Ahora,
Yeah.
your next song that's coming up, Yo no soy mentiroso. ¿Cómo va? Yo no soy mentiroso.
I love that video. I love
It's
I
a
love
cool
that. And I
jam.
love the karaoke there on Thursdays. It looks like so much fun.
Yes.
It's a lot of fun. Come on down.
I
You
see
guys
to
are
get
a lot
there.
closer. You should go down.
TDK
I have to wake
says
up
that
early.
First and 10 Bar in Corpus looks like a great place. And then he says, te esperaré en el baile. And then he says, my favorite Chicana, I saw the picture of your new boyfriend.
That's a great pic, Gigi. I saw it.
I love the improvements AI did to me. My wardrobe. My AI said, no, look, Gigi, you got to wear this instead. Wear this, not that.
Wow.
It's hilarious.
So, Mr. Noyola, sorry, I can't
I
help.
see where Cecilio Garza is watching.
My dad is watching.
Saludos.
Yeah.
Saludos, saludos.
Saludos,
Al gran
don
Cecilio
Cecilio.
Garza. Y los casinos, come on.
What?
Video.
Is he
Like
watching?
everybody who are watching, so cool. I'm having such a great time.
Yeah. I wish I could tell who was watching. I can't see.
Yeah, he's watching.
So, Mr. Noyola, and I'm sorry, I can't call you Danny. I just can't do it. I have to say, Mr. Noyola, it just won't come out. But I know that you and Danny have breakfast on Saturdays, right? In case y'all, just to fill y'all in, they take pictures of their food every Saturday, and they go almost every Saturday. And you should see the food. Like, I don't know how Mr. Other Noyola's cholesterol's not through the roof, because man, that food looks phenomenal because of the pictures. Anyhow, my point is, how are those conversations now that you're doing all this music? I know you all talked about so much because you guys were so active again in the community with, I love the little sayings that you would have. Like he says, be good, be great, be civic minded. Like y'all should hear. They're just so much fun to work with and be around. And I'm so happy for you doing.
And Lori, not to cut you off, but that energy that he puts into his community, it transcends through his music.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yes, and his video.
And his personality.
Yes.
Oh, I'm frozen. Am I frozen?
No, you're not frozen.
Okay. Wait, what's in my hair? Sorry. I got dressed.
Thank you so much for all those kind words. Appreciate it. Muchas gracias, Muy amables.
Who took care of the video, Mr. Noyola? Who did the video? Who said, do this, do that, ponte pa' acá, ponte pa' allá, baila así, or you said?
Era Chris, again, Chris Dominguez, Chris Doms, Chris with a K, D-O-M-Z at the end, Chris Doms. I mean, this guy's 3-time Grammy Award winner as a producer, and I mentioned it earlier.
I didn't take notes, I'm sorry.
Palominos, La Mafia, Alicia Villarreal, and then now here, he's working with me. Slap me around. Am I awake? Is this a dream or what?
Wow,
that is so cool. Just when you think.
And I met them all. I met them all there at First and 10. We met all there with all of them at First and 10 because Chris is always helping out with Beto Ramon, the greatest, the GOAT, the greatest of all time when it comes to being a songwriter, and his co-singer there is Jackie Gomez, es la mamá de Chris. They've been singing together for about 8 years. They've been at First and 10 Sports more than any other group playing their live music, and so we know them. So I met Chris, and then Hector has played there at First and 10 a number of times with his one-man band that he does. I mean, it just, I guess First and 10 was part of the equation there, ¿verdad? And it happened. Pero Diosito fue el que los dio todo. Gracias a Dios.
Así siempre pasa, and that's why anything that happens, a door that closes, es Diosito cerrando esa puerta para abrir otra nueva y más grande, right?
Right.
Muy cierto. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, so that's beautiful. And I can't even imagine, what were you expecting for your retirement? Just sitting on the porch, in a rocking chair with your wife, just watching the kids pass by in the yard, and no.
No. If anybody knows me, No, I'm not like that. As a matter of fact, when I first retired, I really thought to look at doing some volunteer work, and I was gonna help out with some organizations, and I would say, pay me $1 a year, and I'll help with with your organization, all that. But then this thing happened with the music, and unfortunately, there's some ailments, como los ponemos viejitos, y comienzan a pasar cosas en nuestras vidas, and health sometimes doesn't allow us to do some of the kinds of things that we thought we could do or wanted to do. So, como quiera, we just are very resilient. We bounce back and get after it. And it's about trying to make a difference in this world.
I love that.
Very
Yes,
good.
it is.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
Applauso to that. I love that.
yeah,
Yes.
It is. Yes.
but the
Hands
timing is
down.
perfect.
Hands down.
And I saw you and Miss Alma would go dancing all the time. Y'all were never in one place. Y'all were always traveling somewhere, doing something, hanging out in San Antonio. You always loved dance. Like, y'all are always dancing. All the videos I would see of y'all, you're dancing. And I think that's super cool because now everybody's dancing to your song because that is such
Yeah.
a fun song.
Yeah.
No, thank you. I really appreciate that. Yes, my wife and we're going to be married for 50 years on June the 12th. And before that, we were boyfriend, girlfriend, like 5 years, 2 years as a junior and senior, and then 3 years in college. And we were very fortunate that, no brag, just fact, my wife Alma, myself, my daughter, Dr. Sonia Adriana Noyola, my son, Principal Danny Noyola Jr., and my grandson, Alejandro Cristian Noyola, we all got our college degree in 3 years, and our grandson got 3 associate's degrees before he even was 17 years old and still in college. I mean, still in high school, excuse me. So
What
we've been very fortunate that we've done well in school. But the secret was working hard and doing the summer sessions. I mean, a lot of people can finish school in 3 years. If you go to nonstop, you go summer school, and then here comes the fall semester, here comes the spring semester, summer school, and those hours they pile up, and before you know it, you're graduating in 3 years. It can happen.
Smart way to do it.
There's
It
much
can
better
happen.
opportunities now than when we were in school. Listen, guys, we're gonna have to wrap it up because this storm is a coming.
Está bueno.
So it was short and sweet interview. I am loving seeing you, Lori Jean, again. I love you so much. Norma, thank you for staying for the whole show because you said I'm just gonna be here in a little bit because the Michigan sensation was gonna be and Mr. Noyola, we met over there in Corpus. We took pictures, but I mean, you weren't a singing superstar yet, and now you are. And so I am so happy to have you on the show. Saludos para todos en Corpus. Que Diosito los bendiga a todos. Cuídense.
Brevemente, thank you, Gigi. Brevemente, saludos a LBJ for doing the great work he does here. His wife, of course, is Joanne. Y estoy viendo que ahorita Kelly Delgado de I think it's Cristal, ¿verdad? I want an interview over there with you, mija. Come on, let's do it. And then Jesse Torres is tuning in. He's checking you out because he knows que Giras y Desveladas is the top contender when it comes to podcasts, baby.
Dios te oiga, Dios te oiga. All right,
thank
guys,
you for having me. I couldn't miss this. It worked out.
Thank you so much, Lori. God bless you all. Thank you, Ms. Norma. Thank you, Ms. Gigi.
Thank you, Danny. It was a pleasure, Mr. Noyola.
God bless you.
I really gotta go, guys. Love you guys. Diosito los bendiga a todos. I'm just gonna go to the outro and out. Diosito los bendiga. I love you so much. I just had a great time with you guys.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye-bye.